Hey, so it's been a while. I only have my Deezer gaming background, so this is using the same one. I'll make whatever. But I'm going to be showcasing the Trialist Toolkit version 1.0.2. Had to do a little bit of debugging there, fixed it. What the frick? Nonetheless, here it is. So, I'm actually going to go over Project 108 first because it's simpler. This is the Hell splitter, encoder, and decoder, respectively. They're on little tabs here. So, how they work, I think it's probably pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to go with Hello World. And see, that's got a whole bunch of random stuff in it. That's removed and lowercase because I honestly don't know how to keep those things in the output, or I didn't do it. Alphabet key, you put in whatever you want. You can repeat the letter, you can have numbers, you can have symbols, and it will fix that and make your alphabet. Passphrases, separated by spaces or tilde. Spaces are simpler, I think. Just stay safe. Encode, whatever. Border and decoder, I mean, same premise. It's Hells. So Project 107 is the new thing, I guess, in the Trialist toolkit. So I have the old archiving tools, the CSV cleaner, which can take the actually got it over here. Like we've got the raw spreadsheet for 2017 here, and it's got like a whole bunch of just information in it, right? Well, that will strip that, remove it, and I'll go ahead and do it right now. So we just looked at the 2017 raw, we selected it, it's done, and clean. So it looks like this now, just links and dates. And it's a little finicky. Sometimes, like I actually know for a fact, this bugs the whole thing up. I don't know where it kind of came from, but that sort of stuff won't actually matter as much when those updates come around. File system generator. So over here in my folders, I've got a file system. There's nothing in it, so let's generate one. Unfortunately, I didn't put a refresh button in here. Now it shows up 2017 clean. That ain't working. Well, whatever. Those aren't that important. They're old programs. Shoot. This is kind of just like I'm gonna shove stuff when I make it there. I'll get to updating those now that I know they don't work. Uh, so this here automatically updates from a CSV file that is right. What's in here? This one, I believe. Yes. So it takes the date and link A and link B, and it just shoves them here. So I can add a whole bunch of stuff here, and it will show up here. So what gets added here are 2017. We have months 4 through 7 here. 7's where I'm at now, so that's not very complete. But we click alpha. That takes us to the Project 107 front end. You can click here to get the video for this month. You can click there to read all the files for that month. This is the spreadsheet, which is, it might have random stuff on the side as well as working by hand instead of with these tools on this stuff. It's got the events and stuff from the raw spreadsheet for that month. So these are the events. Interesting one. I feel like in here it got kind of cool. I mean, all of them are cool, but whatever. Sure. So the first Frederick and John email okay, this one's not too wicked. It's just like, hey, I'm Angel. We're starting trial 1. So that's it on that file. It's just that's the summary of it essentially, because it's self-explanatory. And also April, I kind of just threw together to determine the layout that I was going for because I wasn't sure yet. But as you can see, I just clicked file system down here at the bottom, and that takes me here, and I can get the images that comprise that summary. So I am looking into automating the creation of the summary images and text at the moment. I can create the files, so I'll get there here in a moment actually. Show one more. So some of them they have text and image. So where I am now is, this is the Trialist Toolkit. The open source, you could use it, whatever. This isn't released yet. Over here, I guess I call it update for the time being. Codename update, right? The general, once you're in your file system, wherever it's pointing, the root folder, it follows the general pattern, I suppose, of year, date, day. Let's just like pick, shoot, 25 or something. Now, this is where essentially the first human input should be in the workflow. So I'm still debugging some of the code. It was working fine I don't know what happened in the span of one night. It was really weird, but it happens, and that's what I'm working through. The first human input, you'll have a file system, and in this area that I'm at right now, it should just be full of human being. Is to make a folder, give it a name. So we'll say, like, I'm an event. Ooh, but we're gonna avoid any of that freaking spicy punctuation because I don't think that's liked very well. I'll have to import a text cleaner to remove it. Then we need an image to go there. Let's go with this weird face up here. Oh yeah, that's the one. All right. And then we throw the images that comprise the event in the event folder. I mean, it's very, like, straightforward. So, from that point, it should update. And it hops over into my, my thing, and it asks me to log in. So I do that, and it authenticates. Browser. I don't know why that word escaped me. That was really irritating me. So in the command prompt, I'm going to scroll up so you can see it now. Avoiding the error there. It authenticates, or it gives you the link that it goes to and authenticates. And what that means is essentially, if I did this right, if I release this, anybody could just run this program with the right, file system generated from the Trialist Toolkit with the spreadsheet. So that would be hopefully very minimal input. End goal is that the spreadsheets are auto-generated by an AI. There would also be multiple spreadsheets, so you'd have like a shop spreadsheet. You'd be like, oh, I want to generate a file system of things that are pertaining only to Angel, and bam, and then you could plug it in and it would do what it's about to do, or what I'm about to show you, to display that information. But what it's created here, we have one index file, or the summary file rather. I'm an event, good for it. That's the event. And the file system here, we're going to open it. Now actually this is a little annoying. My Word is stupid. I don't actually, like Word whatsoever. So this is what it really looks like. I'm an event, file system, and look, right there it is. The image that comprises it. So at this point, the second human input is taking these images, fitting them on there, summarizing them. I'm looking into summarizing that, or I mean automating that, but it's a little complicated to do things like that. And the bigger the code gets, the more difficult it becomes to make it do increasingly complex things. It's not always the case, but it seems to be sometimes the case. Like when it breaks, it's broken, like it really broken. It may run, but like when something breaks in it, I'm rambling, whatever. So this is all uploaded directly to Drive. It just reads the file system and rearranges it and uploads it. Now, the way that it's rearranged, you have a root folder, and it's named after exactly the folder that you pointed it to. It's the same name. 2017, date, day. Now, the other thing that it auto-generates is this index file. This was a pain in the ass to create, to automate the creation of, and it essentially may save me a ridiculous amount of time. Because where I'm at now, I have all the files backed up on my computer. But I've still got to upload them all in the right spots, and then put the links and the documents in the right spots. And, there's 2 documents per thing. Like, not anymore. This can do all of it. So, these... if I had more events, this would probably be more interesting. But they list the events in this fashion, in this manner. The spreadsheet and the file system, I didn't add. The file system I theoretically could add rather easily. The spreadsheet, I haven't added yet because, this is still like a beta program, alpha program, but like, it's not really the same scope, essentially. So this update program doesn't touch spreadsheets at all. The Trialist Toolkit program is almost entirely founded upon spreadsheets. It has to use the CSV files. But okay, I'm in the index. Click the event, takes us to the summary. Click the file system if you want. It takes you to the file system. Surprising the event. So, that's, big freaking fancy. The end goal with this, additionally, is that once these are all created, there are multiple access points to this information. So there's access point alpha, which is the literal project 107, which is right, not right there. Shoot. Hold on. Right here, with the monthly records being there. You can just access it straight up like this if you would like to. Bravo is the YouTube channel. You can access it that way if you'd like to. Or, if you can manage to get the Trialist Toolkit running, because even I cannot, apparently, sometimes. Maybe? Not sure what it wants to do. I'm just going to click it. Well, got 2 of them. Alright, well, access point Charlie is within the Trialist Toolkit. So, alpha is, I've already gone over this, but again, right there. Bravo is right there. So, the Trialist Toolkit not only generates the things that you're seeing here, but it also displays them for you. So, this is like the you know what I mean? It's the